Just finding a position for the body that feels natural. And getting comfortable and being okay with if through the practice you end up needing to adjust or shift. Trying to find a position where you're not having to put much strain or effort into being still. And we'll start by placing our attention at the top of our head. So just feeling whatever's here. Or lack of sensation. And continuing down the face to the brow and the eyes. Just noticing if there's any sensation or tightness. And you can also just choose to invite a sense of relaxation and softening as we scan the body. Moving down, scanning further to the nose and the cheeks. Perhaps feeling the air moving in and out of the nostrils. Cooler air in and warmer air out. Continuing to scan down the back of the head, and down the cheeks to the mouth and the lips. Just noticing if there's any dryness, moisture, warmth. And for a moment, picturing the inside of the mouth and the tongue and the teeth, the gingiva, noticing any sensations in the mouth, dryness or moisture. Feeling into the jaw and allowing that to soften, relax. Continuing to scan down to the chin and the neck. And the shoulders. Perhaps feeling the movement of the shoulders with the breath. Sensation of clothing on the skin, the temperature of the air. Allowing the shoulders to relax and soften with the out breath. Continuing down the arms to the upper arms. And towards the elbows. Again, noticing any movement with the breath, sensations on the skin, and moving down the forearms, noticing if they're resting in the lap or at your sides, the contact points of the forearms, and the rest of the environment. And as we continue scanning the forearms down towards the wrists, just noticing if you appreciate any difference in the quality of sensation, the amount available to experience in the wrists as compared to the elbows or the upper arms. So just acknowledging that ability of the mind to focus our attention, to take in more input from those areas which are more important. And moving into the hands, just noticing the same thing. And feeling into the backs of the hands. And how this might be different from the palms. What's available in the palms? What do you feel? There might be warmth, moisture, tingling. Noticing further as you continue to scan down into the fingers, the sensations available here. And as we stay with the fingers and the hands, just noticing the raw experience, the raw sensations. So letting go of labels or individual parts like thumb, forefinger, middle finger, and just receiving the input available from the hands neurologically. What sensations are here? How does it feel in the hands? And then shifting to feel into the fingers one by feeling the thumb, working out to the forefingers towards the pinkies. So feeling the individual fingers, and then also feeling if you can notice the sensations in the different phalanges. Noticing the joints of the fingers. And how is that experience different than feeling the entire hand? There's no movement, just shifting our attention, tightening or expanding the focus from one finger to the entire hand and back again. And just feeling the tips of the fingers. And now letting go of the hands and coming back up to the torso, starting with the collarbone, and the upper chest. And scanning with the beam down the shoulder blades and the upper back. And continuing down the chest, just feeling the movement here. You might find it helpful to take a few deeper breaths in and out. Just noticing the sensation of the breath moving into the chest and out. And continuing down the torso to the mid back and the rib cage. Just noticing the internal sensations, the ribs expanding, and also the external sensation of the clothing on the skin. Continuing down to the abdomen, allowing the abdomen to be soft, noticing the movement. In the lower back. And coming down to the pelvis. Just becoming aware of the contact points of the pelvis, the ischial tuberosities of the chair. And seeing if you can notice any movement with the breath in the pelvis. And a sensation of clothing on the skin. And continuing down to the thighs. And the hamstrings. Noticing the contact points. And scanning down towards the knees. The tops of the knees. The back of the knees. Continuing down the legs to the shins and the calves. And noticing again as we scan down towards the ankles, that shift in available input from the nervous system. More information coming in towards the ankles and the upper calves. Feeling into the feet, the upper parts of the feet, the tops of the feet. Any sensation or lack of sensation. And how that's different from the bottoms of the feet. So feeling the heels of the feet. And the bottoms of the feet in contact with the floor, with the shoes, socks. And continuing down towards the toes. Again, just feeling whatever sensations are available. So just feeling this area of the body as a whole. And now just introducing a little bit of movement into the toes by wiggling them slightly. Just noticing the sensations present with the wiggling of the toes and how that changes our experience. And allowing them to rest again. And see if you can feel each individual toe, from the pinky toe of the left foot to the big toe of the left, the big toe of the right to the pinky toe, each toe individually, just for a moment. Can you feel each individual toe? And how is that different from the input of the hands and the fingers? And now just opening up again back to the entire body. Just feeling whatever's available. Noticing the breath moving in and out. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and maybe introduce a little more movement back into the body. So even with that shift, we just sat quietly for 10 minutes or so, but just noticing what's different when we open our eyes. How does it feel to shift your attention from internally to externally? And what is that like? Has anything happen maybe to the volume of your thoughts as you open your eyes and come back to the group and the moment? So yeah, just even simply directing, our attention from internally to externally can be really different, and we're not moving, we're not doing anything else, we're just placing our attention somewhere different.